Hello, everyone. I'm Melinda, NailFanatic of Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. This is our tarot and channel messages for now. The word of clarity coming out is sorting, putting things into categories, figuring out what's important, what's not important. And I'm hearing the word prioritizing that goes with this. The bottom of the deck is trust. So where you just been trusting and moving along, now it's time to sort some things out and prioritize. And if you don't know what's going on and some things seem to be falling apart, then this sorting is not something that's happening because you're consciously choosing it. It's something that's happening by default, and the universe is provoking or instituting it or causing it, however you want to view that. Let's see what the flash card is for today. Sorting and trust as its foundation. Clarify that message for us with these flashcards. Thank you. Here we go. The igloo and the rectangle, the purple rectangle and the igloo. The igloo and the purple rectangle. The igloo, speaking of isolation, coldness, and a chill, and a freeze, and a pause. I'm being shown how creatures go into hibernation when it's chilled outside. So there's this energy of while you're sorting some things out, while you're prioritizing, this is the work you're doing intuitively with that purple rectangle. This is spreading your vision, and in that spread of your vision and expansion of your vision, this is something you're doing on your own. This is not something you're doing with the help of your friends or your family. This is like work that you're doing. And this is it intuitively sorting, intuitively prioritizing. The bottom of the deck is the foot. The foot is at the bottom of the deck with the trust. So it's like you establishing a new grounding, establishing a new footing, setting foot in a new place, setting foot, and also your footprints, your where you've been. It's saying where you've been, you're trusting, and where your foot has laid its print, there's been trust there. Now is the energy of spreading your intuition, sorting things out, prioritizing. The first tarot card we have coming out the gate is the Six of Wands. The energy of victory is the first word it says, and it's also about being recognized for what you've accomplished. And this is something where it's obvious. It's not like you're the only one that knows what you do. No, it's obvious to the world around you because there are a bunch of other people around, but they're not riding on the horse. And this is a person that's holding the victory wreath there. So let's see what's the second card coming out for us today. We have is the Two of Cups. Love, soul connections. So it's like you being recognized for what you are, and soul connections coming up together. So it's like meeting people who are like-minded, being connected with like-minded energies. The third card we have coming out is Justice. And the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Okay. So for some of you, you're being recognized in your schoolwork, and you're working in a partnership on a project that has to do with the legal field for someone. There's another person here where you've been prioritizing your spiritual values and sorting out your belief systems. And now that you've figured out and established a solid foundation, not only are you recognizing the connection flowing stronger now that you have more conviction, but it's like others around you can see it in you and they're attracted to that. And so what's happening is as you're prioritizing what really matters to you, you've been doing this work of utilizing your intuition and following your own inner guidance system, isolating your intuitive voice. I'm hearing for someone, isolating your intuitive voice is helping you to follow that guidance to find your justice, to align with your justice. And justice is setting right what felt wrong, creating balance, the reciprocation of things coming in that you were worthy of. And what I'm getting to is this strong connection with the people that is coming your way. That, and I guess I've already said it, that like-minded energy. So right now, following your intuition, um, some of you will feel in the time of finding this video like, I need to go somewhere, I need to do this, I need to call that person and be in that place. And when you do, you'll find another individual or a group or an environment that is hospitable to your energy and matches you. It's like this soul connection with, for some of you, it's an environment, it's a soul connection with a person for some of you. And for someone, there's a strong Libra and Taurian energy in your chart. And what you're recognizing is how what you feed emotionally comes what you receive, and what that feels like emotionally. So in you're feeling out of whack, you see it coming in out of whack, and then there's the flat tire, and then there's the grumpy person who's a service person who's supposed to be customer service first and stuff like that. Or you see that you raise your vibration and you find compliments and kind words and people who appreciate your arts and skills and talents. So there's that also in this. I see somebody who's coming from out of town, and they're coming from handling some legal situations, or because of legal separation, they decided to move. And I see these two people are going to be synchronistically rendezvous during the time of Leo. So that is for someone who is a fire sign, and the person that's leaving the legal situation is a Libra. So somebody's going to have resonance with that specifically to those nuances, which is pretty detailed. I see somebody who just got married, and now you're trying to figure out how you could take a vacation to the north, like Alaska area. I'm hearing to the northern hemisphere, someplace where it's really cold. There's a person who's trying to make plans to travel. I see somebody who's trying to take a cruise to that place. And I see somebody who is very fond of horseback riding, who is outdoors, and they're having a picnic. I feel countryside energy. And I feel like you and this person are going to end up, whoever you're taking this horseback ride in the country with, I feel like you and this person do have a strong soul connection. And wherever you have doubts and stuff like that, I feel like that stuff is going to begin to wane. For somebody, this isn't just a soul connection. This is a relationship where you've already been in commitment, and now this person wants to make it legal, whoever you are, on this countryside horseback ride, which I've never got that before, but there we go. That's that message. Overall, for all of us, is saying recognize the soul connections that are coming your way, that the universe is creating balance for you right now. Where the give and take wasn't always equal, where you had the wrong people in your life, it's like you've been doing the sorting work, you've been cutting out the ones that you need to cut out, bringing in what serves you well and what benefits you and what is definitely part of your path forward, and you bringing that energy in and embracing those connections more, and it's going to bring more opportunities your way, going to help you feel more balanced. And all of this stuff is a reflection of what you are. So regardless of what you're attracting, like, it's a side effect of energy recognizes energy, and like is attracted to like. And so whatever energy you're holding, that's what energy you're going to attract to yourself. So again, I'm getting this strong message of a lot of soul evolution and healing through interpersonal relationships during this time of Leo being very important. And I'm hearing over the next 6 months, it's going to still continue to cause the shifting and the sorting of relationships and who and what you're involved in. So some of you are going to, again, let go of some friendships. Maybe you're not going to tell them, oh, I'm not going to be your friend no more, but you're going to find yourself like, I just don't feel like talking to that person anymore. I don't vibe with them the same way. They're in another space. Our conversations have nothing to do with one another. And for some of you, it's going to be, I'm more into this esoterics. I've been learning about spirituality, tarot card reading, astrology, runes. I work with crystals, and the people in my environment, they're not into that. They don't like it. They're not supportive of it. And so you're not going to be wanting to sustain yourself in that energy as much as you used to before. And they don't want to sustain themselves in your energy so much as they used to before, because y'all just ain't vibing on the same tribe no more. You have a new tribe coming in. And it's saying as you let go of those old connections and you do this sorting work and you allow yourself to follow your intuitive guidance and not ask your friends, hey, what do you think about this? Should I do that? How do you feel about this? It's like not looking outside, but looking inside and sorting through how you're feeling and what you're choosing and who you're choosing to include in that for yourself at this time. Very powerful for us to do that. So let me go ahead and pull cards for the zodiacs today. And I hear that I should use the Carolyn Miss archetype deck. So let me fish that out of my box of cards. Well, my shelf of cards. I got so many cards, you guys. And I'm like, I want to get some more. I got that call on my soul. Like, I want some new cards. I don't know, but I know that I want some more. I always want more cards, but it's been a while since I got some. So soon enough, I'm sure I'll be shopping again for more tarot decks and oracle cards. Anyhow, let's see what we got today. We're going to start where the sun is, and the sun right now is in the sign of Leo. We'll be ending with the sign of Cancer. And then we'll see what is a card, what energy it behooves you to embrace right now. It's going to tell us a little bit about what you're letting alone, a little bit about what to embrace, what's going to help you at this time. So let's see what's the messages for us today. Let's start. Get one more shuffle down, and we'll start with the sign of Leo, work our way around the zodiac till we make it back to Cancer. So what's the message for Leo at this time? Thank you. Let's just start. Leo, your card fell right out. You got the Prince. Leo, it says romantic charm and potential for power. The shadow attribute that we're going to move away from is using power for self-aggrandizement. So not using your power to try to make yourself look more important or bigger than you are, like an immature prince might do in some movie, right? But it's saying use your power and your charms for positive energy. So right now, Leo, what you're supposed to embrace these connections, embrace the romance. Some of you got connections that are waking up this romantic energy within you, and it's saying that it's going, if you can embrace that right now and allow that energy to flow strongly within you, you're going to find yourself embracing your power, because this is a call upon your soul. And what I'm hearing is to try to put a roadblock up, try to stop that energy. Is trying to it's putting a like a hindrance or a break. I'm feeling like a break being put on what your soul is calling you to. And so it's like, kind of like the universe told me, oh, you think you're going to chill forever? No, it's time for you to get back in and do the work. What work? The soul healing work. How do you do soul healing work? That's your interpersonal relationships. So Leo, who is this person that's waking up your romance? And how can you embrace that energy right now? Because there's a chance for you to do the work. Does it mean there's going to be all peaches and roses and, oh, I don't like peaches? Yes. So it might be all peaches and roses from my perspective, because I don't like peaches so much, but I love roses. And so what it's trying to show in that is, some of what you get, you're going to love. Some of what you get is going to set a little sour on your tongue. You're not going to like it. But either way, wherever this is coming from, is showing that this is something that behooves you to embrace. And so there's a strong enough attraction there for you to embrace that. And if you want more, you can always get you a personal reading on that. So Virgo, what's the message for Virgo at this time? Let's just go. And there goes your message. Virgo, you got the scribe. The shadow attribute is the scribe, is altering facts or plagiarizing other works. So now is not the time to be trying to pretend like you did something when you didn't really do it. It's not the time to be trying to make up the truth as it serves and behooves you. But now is the time to preserve knowledge and information. So Virgo, where do you have a story to tell? Where do you have a truth to share? For some of you, this has to do about love lost. For some of you, this has to do about how you learn to make it through heartbreak and relationship things. For others of you, this is about healing the self-love within. And you've had a lot to learn, been through a lot. And Virgo, you're very detail-oriented by nature. So it's saying, what helped you move through this? And there's a story or a assistance, a guidebook of types to be written by you. So now is a good time for you to embrace that for yourself. And it's saying, Virgo, you went through this, and it's important that you document it. It's not saying you have to publish it. Some of you will publish it. And some of you are looking for a career, and you're looking for something you can do while you're home and taking care of your family and doing the things you always do, or during the wee hours. And it's saying that utilize your time at this time to put these things down, right, and make it happen. The next sign we're going to look at now is the sign of Libra. And Libra, your card came out, and you've got the teacher card. The teacher card. And the shadow attribute says manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So what we definitely want to move away from is utilizing our knowledge, our wisdom, and our ability to influence others to create manipulative, abusive situations for others. As opposed to doing that, what we want to do is utilize our ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So the things you've been through, Libra, are here to help you to be able to teach others as well. It's saying that you've been through a lot of array of experiences in your life, both good and bad, but it's time for you to share what you've learned with other people. And I'm hearing that this is in your immediate environment. This doesn't say go get a job as a teacher. It says there are students around you every day. There's family members, there's friends, there's neighbors, there's coworkers. And teaching isn't saying, hold on, let me tell you something. It's being that. And sometimes it will be having a conversation with somebody. But it's funny, most of the teaching I'm hearing is happening, Libra, through you, just by your normal interactions. It's not because you say, oh, well, I got something to teach you. No, you relate your experiences, you relate what helped you. And in that way, you're teaching the others and fulfilling your own purpose. And I'm hearing that, others are looking up to you because you've really been able to change your environment or yourself or your circumstances, whatever that is. You've changed so much. And so these others are looking up to you. And so some of you are going to experience a lot more people coming to you, asking questions and looking for advice and needing to have conversations. And a lot of it I'm hearing is going to start with just a venting. I need to vent. And then in that energy, there comes this teaching. Now, for the Scorpio, your card fell out, and what we have for you is the card of the Rescuer, Scorpio. So the low vibration that we want to let go of, if we're holding on to, says, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So what we want to avoid in this energy, Scorpio, is, oh, I helped you, now what are you going to do for me? Or you owe me. Or, you know what, I helped you, but I'm only going to help you this much, because if I help you too much, you won't need me no more. So this is like the abusive, manipulative person who only makes sure you have enough money to get back and forth to work and keeps all the rest of your money, so you can never be able to be independent of that person. Or somebody who is making sure to keep you in a space where you're disempowered. Oh, you're not allowed to work, all those dark energies. But what we want to do in this, more importantly, is provide strength and support to others in crisis. Act out of love with no expectation of reward. So Scorpio is saying, as a rescuer, you can choose to embody either of these. And if you want to benefit yourself in the long term, then and you choose to help somebody, then help that person freely and let it go. If you're helping somebody financially or emotionally or with a ride or with a place to stay, you can't expect things in return. This person needs help, and help is not, oh, I did for you, now you have to do for me. That's not what help is. And the thing about it is some of you are holding on to this energy of feeling like, oh, they helped me, now I owe them. No, that's not how it is. If somebody chooses to help you, then they choose to help you. Receive the help that's available and move on. Make it better so you don't need that help again. At the same time, Scorpio, if you're helping somebody, you want to make sure that you're doing it because you're able to do it. It's coming from your abundance, and you genuinely just want to be a benefit to the person, not because you want them to feel obligated to you moving forward. Okay. And I'm hearing for some of you, that's the energy that needs to be released. So let's see what's some message now for Ophiuchus. You have the Dilettante card. Ophiuchians. The shadow attribute that we want to let go of is a pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So pretending like you know shit you don't know does not behoove you, Ophiuchians. If you're Ophiuchus, now is not the time to pretend like you know more than you know. What you want to do is in the light attributes, delight in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So do the arts that you do because you love it, not necessarily because you have to be the best in your field. You have to make it all a career. You have to make it all a business. Just do what you do because you love it. If you're a Fucus, and now is the time to embrace all the things that you're able to do and do them because you love them and share them with the world because you want the world to be able to enjoy what you've created. Okay, let's see what we have for Sagittarius now. Sagittarius, here we go. Sagittarius, you got the slave card. The shadow attribute of the slave card for you at this time says giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear or making your own choice, out of fear of making your own choices. So Sagittarius, now is not the time to give your power away to any person and have them manipulate where you go and what you do, being under the control of another person. It's saying it's time for you to embrace your inner fire and be more in control of your actions and your choices. Let's see what the light attribute says. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Okay, so to embrace the light attributes is saying if you're gonna make a choice, you're gonna make that choice based off of spiritual download, divine inspiration, not because people tell you to do. You do it because you're spiritually guided to do so, knowing that the universe has got your front, back, up, down, side to side, all around. You know what I'm saying? And not because some person wants you to do it, because that person is always telling you what they want, what they need from you, what they like you to be doing, where they want you to be, how they want you to wear your hair, what they want you to wear, all that stuff. Yeah, that's not what you're here for. You're not here to be a puppet on a string for a person. Rather, you're here as an expression of the divine. So when you yield to that inner voice, you can always find yourself in the best place for you right in divine time. So let's see what's the message for Capricorn at this time. Let's just go. What's the message for Capricorn? Here you go, Capricorn. No, we'll shuffle it again. I heard that one didn't pop out. Kind of, yeah. Anyways, no explanation necessary. Capricorn energy. What is the message for Capricorn? We're looking for one card to fall out, please. There it is. Okay, here we go. Capricorn, you got the card of the victim. So the shadow attributes, what we want to let go of, says playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. The person in this card who in their shadow is boo-hoo, poor me, people are always bad to me, bad things happen to me all the time, everybody is always taking advantage of me and it's everybody's fault, boo-hoo, poor me type of energy. What you want to embrace for the light attribute says preventing you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So here, the victim card to empower yourself through this energy is realizing that you're not a victim, you're a co-creator in your reality. And the reason why you want to embrace that, which for somebody that's a real slap in the face, but hey, you're a co-creator in your reality. So if something's coming on that's making you feel victimized, it's only reflecting to you an energy that you yourself are holding. So also anybody who's allowing themselves to be continually mistreated, it's asking you to move out of that energy. It's telling you to recognize that you deserve better, you deserve more, and you don't have to allow this. You're a co-creator in your situation, and if you realize that and embrace that, then that means you will have the ability to change it. Because if you co-created what it is, then you can co-create what it's coming to be. And so that's what the energy that you're being asked to embrace at this time, Capricorn. Now let's see what message we have for those who have the sign of Aquarius. What's the message for Aquarius at this time? You have the Mentor card. The low vibration says inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. So this is the energy, Aquarius, of somebody who's holding back another person because you don't want them to be better than you. But the high vibration says passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. If you are a mentor to somebody, you want to allow them to flow their energy as powerfully as they can for themselves. And so you will share what you have, and you'll know that you've done your job well when all those you've mentored surpass you. And that's the goal of a real leader, is to inspire other leaders. You know, if you're a leader, you're not teaching slaves, you're not teaching followers. Genuine leaders empower other leaders and create other leaders. They Genuine teachers create teachers. Mentors create mentors. You and what you're doing as a mentor is about creating an energy within the other person to help them see that they're all that you are, and they can be all that too. And so empowering other people from a place of genuineness. Okay. And this has a lot to do with your spiritual connection, because that's what's drawing these people to you. So right now I feel like there's a lot of people coming into your life, Aquarius, who needs that empowerment, and you have that ability. You can manipulate these people and keep them down, keep them under your thumb if you want to, or you can empower them and watch them elevate, and just be proud that you're part of that journey, and see what you're able to help in this society, the energy you're able to support and sustain. Now for the sign of Pisces, your card fell out, and wow, you've got the Alchemist. Love this. The Alchemist, one of my favorite cards in this deck. The shadow attribute says misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. So here's a person in a low vibration who's trying to use the laws of attraction to cause harm, foul, injury, manipulation, deception towards others. That's not what we want to do, because remember, everything you do multiplies and comes back to you. You're going to eat the fruit of every seed you planted. Now, especially as a spiritual alchemist, you're planting a lot of powerful seeds. I hope that you're willing to eat the fruit that they grow, because the fruit going to taste just as the seed tastes. And if it's coming from deception, manipulation, or any type of coercion that is underhanded and devious, that's exactly what it's going to taste like for you when it multiplies and matures and you get to eat it. So let it be light. And the light attribute says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So here you take your emotions, you take your motivations and your goals, and you allow them to make you wiser, and you put wisdom together with what you feel, and you create from that. So this is somebody in the high vibration of the alchemist. This is somebody who uses their emotions and their thoughts and their intentions in a wise way, in a way that, again, when you reap the fruit of what you've created, of the seed you planted, it will benefit you. And some of you right now, Pisces, a lot of you are practicing this law of attraction mastery and practicing attracting to yourself. And it's like, if you haven't already, then focus on something. Look at something every day. Find a picture of something, whether it's a button or a butterfly or a coffee, whatever it is. Pick an object to focus upon and watch as the universe shows that to you again and again. In how many ways? It's telling you that you have that ability, and to embrace it at this time. Now let's see what's the message for Aries today. Right now, Aries, you've got the God card. Look at that. The God card came out for Aries. The low vibration says despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Are you being over demanding, over exerting your powers and controlling of others around you as though you were their God? This is the energy we want to leave alone. The light attribute says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. In other words, if you're living your highest, lightest, and brightest in regards to this God energy, then you can see the divine in yourself and in others. And that gives you a fellow feeling, a compassion towards others. It causes you to act in a loving way, in a truly divine way. And so, Aries, that's what you're being asked to embrace at this time. And some of you are really awakening to the fact that all things are a reflection of God energy. And you're starting to be more inclusive of loving the world around you and the people in your world. And some of them are not easy. Some of them are the most challenging characters you've ever met, but you can still see God in them. And that's creating a divine allowing energy, an open opening up. Okay. So now let's see, what is the message for the sign of Taurus at this time? Taurus, the card that I have received for you is Storyteller. The shadow attribute says making up tales that harm others. So Taurus, if you've been telling lies and stories that are painful to other people to cause injury to another person, is saying leave that alone. It's not time for all that. Okay, it's time for you to leave that alone. Stop making up stuff. Stop telling people lies. Stop trying to hurt people with your words on purpose, because you could if you want to. The light attribute that we want to embrace is ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So, Taurus, in the light attribute, the storyteller energy is telling you to use your experiences, use what you've learned, share it with others, relate your experiences and your life through a telling of how this benefited you, what you're able to do with it. This card carrying a very much energy of the teacher today as well. And in that, as you tell your story and your accomplishments and your successes and what has helped you through your experiences, that you're helping others to have access to more options, awareness of more possibilities for themselves through your own experiences. And that's something that's being called for you at this time. Now let's see what's the energy for the sign of Gemini. What's the message for Gemini at this time? Let's serve God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. Gemini, you got the energy of the poet. The shadow attribute says, turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive efforts. So there's some Gemini, like, y'all are all about that mind energy. And you can use your words to cut if you want to. And that's what we want to leave alone. We don't want to be using our words to cut others when we can use them to heal. But let's see, the light attribute says expresses soul insight in symbolic language. So some of you Geminis right now are learning the ability to speak out in symbolism, in signs and symbols. Some of you got poetry to write within you. Some of you have had some amazing experiences, and it's saying that now is the time for you to write them down. And there's somebody who's been doing poetry for a long time who's watching this channel, and it's saying, get to that open mic, do that spoken word set, get it out there. Somebody's thinking about doing spoken word. This is something you are being guided to. Get those words out, pen them down, put the picture down. And I'm hearing a picture is worth a million words, but 1,000 words, they said. But how will you use those words, and what are those words worth? Because within your words there is great worth, and it's time for you to get them out, Gemini. What have you been through? What have you done that you have an ability to heal in this world yourself, and by side effect others through sharing those words? Get them down, write the poem. And for somebody, I feel like either you're a muse to somebody or they are a muse to you, and utilize that energy where you're inspired. Write it down. Some of it is painful and hard, but some of it is really light and beautiful. Either way, it's all very important. So let's see now what's the energy for the sign of Cancer at this time. Let's just God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. There it is. Cancer, you've got the energy of the Queen. The Queen is your energy today. The shadow attribute that we want to leave alone says, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling, and demanding. So what we don't want to do, Cancer, is use our authority or our position to be over excessive in our force with others and to belittle them, to be cruel to them. That's not what we want to do. That's what the energy we want to walk away from and leave alone. But what do we want to embrace? The light attribute says, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So Cancer, where you have power, where you have authority, where you are the queen of your castle, your empire, whatever this is, feeling the blood, is saying it's important that you utilize your powers and your abilities and your position and your authority, not just to benefit yourself, but to be beneficial in general, to protect the little guy. Somebody is going to be standing up for a coworker. Somebody's going to be standing up for the little guy is what I get. And somebody out there is got I'm picking up on somebody who's in a legal career, and you're questioning whether you should be moving more into like a pro bono activism position. And absolutely yes, you have found yourself in this place, and I feel that you've already gained a certain measure, a good measure of financial success through your career. But now you found that your passion wasn't in just doing this, and you've built this passion. And I'm hearing for somebody, this is about those children that are being held in ICE detention facilities. Okay, so whatever that's about. So if it's not literally literal children held in ICE facilities, and this has something to do with you utilizing your career to benefit children who are being detained in a way that is feels very unjust to you, and it's brought up this passion within you. So if you're that person, then utilize this. And I feel like you're going to still have your real legal career going on, but at the same time you're going to begin to work on this. And it's like it's either a pro bono situation, or it's a charity situation, it's a donation situation. I feel like you're doing this, and you're, in some sense, you're using your power, your career, your ability to advocate for children in particular. Okay, so those are the messages that I have for you. Again, we have the sorting, the intuition of the purple rectangle, and the igloo with the isolation. Now, as you're prioritizing, as you're sorting things out, as you're clarifying your vision, you want to reflect inwardly. And some people are going to view you as very cold because you're not telling them what you want to do. You're not communicating with them in the way that they want you to. But the thing is, you got to figure it out inside before you can put it outside, as you prioritize and sort out how you're feeling, as you prioritize and sort out how you're going to move forward. And I'm also hearing for some of you, you're just trying to figure out in your head how you can chill the fuck out. These energies have been intense. And for some of you, this is all about doing the inner work. Like, okay, I got these emotions coming up. I'm trying to figure them out, sort them out, and I just need to chill out. So I'm going to do that work inside, and I'm going to use my spiritual vision to aid me in that. And then with that, our general, also we have the Six of Wands, the victory, the Two of Cups, the love, and the justice, setting things right. Okay, so for somebody also in this, you're going to sense that, hey, I'm winning. This love is definitely setting things right. So anywhere where you're holding on to any energies that don't allow you to progress, to be recognizing your value, your worth, would you like to uncreate and destroy that right now? Yes, yes. Someone's got to say right around that. Anywhere where you're holding yourself off from the spiritual connections, because if you're doing the work of what it will require you to let go, or it will require you to embrace, but you know it's a strong soul connection, would you like to uncreate and destroy all those blockages at this time? Yes, yes. Okay, and anywhere where you are not allowing yourself to trust your intuition to be your guide into sorting out and prioritizing your life, would you like to uncreate and destroy that right now? Yes, yes. Okay, so with all that being said and done, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you, the golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you could treat yourself at lphtarot.com. As in, love, peace, and happiness to you and yours, and of course, me and mine. Until next time. Christina?
Melinda!
You ready to come over right now, or when?